Today's weather in Glenorchy make yesterday's look like a summer holiday. There was never any doubt racing would take place. It was more how wet drivers, navigators, and officials would be by the end of our 4 legs on the Dart River. Byron Campbell didn't have that problem. His A-Spec powered Black Sheep Racing had trouble just getting to the river with a stroker engine in need of a scan tool.
Well, it looks like it's an ignition issue. We've got a fuel-injected motor.
Of course, the seasoned jet boaters have a good old-fashioned solution.
I think we're going to hear the end of it. Yeah, carburetors and big coils. And we need points. Yeah, no, Weber's going to be on my case about that one. I told you so, I told you so.
CX-121 was towed back to the ramp, bound for Christchurch to rectify the engine issue, while the patrol boat, one of 8 stationed up and down the Dart River, returned to position in readiness for the next rescue. There would be plenty of them today. Our American racing rookies Tyler Coates and Clayton Hilton made it to the river and continued what would be a day they could be proud of, successfully starting and finishing all 4 legs in the atrocious conditions. Yesterday's FX leader Stu Fitzgerald in 69 was playing second fiddle to 71 in the hands of Southlander Craig Plunkett. He pulled a minute on each leg throughout the day to lift him to the top of the FX and ahead of a handful of A, CX, and even an unlimited machine. Rick Johnson was also pretty happy to finish the day almost blemish-free in his return to river racing, albeit for a slight hiccup in the first downstream leg of the day.
Well, I'm probably starting to learn the river by 4th time today, and yeah, it was, don't know whether it was better, but it was actually a cleaner run, so happy with that. Yeah, we had a wee push on the first downstream. Yep. The motor cut out and we had a wee spin and ended up on a shelf, and probably cost us 3 or 4 minutes, but otherwise it's all good.
This river has no favorites. Even the CX class leader got caught.
Yeah, snuck up on us real quick, just hit a shelf, a little sandbar right on a hard corn. We were turning really hard and yeah, spun us right around. We didn't have to get out, we just floated downstream for a couple of minutes and managed to get back up and on the plane, and yeah, so we lost a few minutes, but we were pretty lucky.
A few that weren't quite so lucky in the same areas.
Yeah, Nick Sullivan, I think he missed his start here, and he was following us up the whole way, and he spun out on the same one. He had nowhere to go, so we were in the main race line. That's what it is, isn't it? Yeah, it's hard in these conditions.
He spun in front of us, and because we couldn't see as well, we tried to give him some room, and we clipped the bank and spun as well. The river's great, the boat's great, and the driver was a problem, and the helmet's visibility.
It didn't get any better throughout the field. Riley Smith visited the graveyard as well.
Been stuck in a very similar spot to that before, and we were stuck, but we just spun and we just floated down the river a bit and turned the key off, turned the key back on, and got going. Very lucky. Yeah.
The CX class was being mixed up into a frenzy. The fast Richie Foster was quickest upstream, but 1 second behind was Andrew Scott. That would be the last leg the Dayglow Boat 44 would trail CX 185. The leaderboard had had a big shakeup by the time it counted, with Andrew Scott leading Richie Foster and Dave Robinson into third. Robinson's morning upstream was notable for a miscalculation in the start and the subsequent chasing down and passing of those in front.
Got to the bridge and we caught 2 boats. They split off into 2 ways, so we only had to pass one, then we went another channel, got past both of them, and then Andrew Scott passed us after all that, so huge change around.
Scott might have passed him, but on the final leg, NZ3 was quickest to the flag, elevating Robinson up to 3rd place. The leaderboard was not changing in A-Class, not if Justin Hill had anything to do with it. His might be the smallest A-Class engine, but it was on song today, and its driver was right in tune. Crossing the lake for the final downstream leg right on the tail of John Derry confirmed that he had pulled a staggering 24 seconds from the 9 times New Zealand champion. American Ryan Ringer stayed the duration as highest placed international, just outside the top 10, but second in A class.
Any issues coming down?
Just can't see, but other than that, everything's great, you know. No, boat ran good. Tim did a good job, but just visibility. So we got something going on. We'll figure it out. Hopefully tomorrow the sun's out and margaritas.
Ben Quinn showed that driving his early Quickcraft Classic and being from the North Island was no handicap, posting consistent times to finish third in the largest class, although he was well aware of the traps on a river like this.
We're being careful. There's a few nuggety patches here, not going to be too hard to run aground if you're not paying attention, so yeah, just pull it back a little bit and boat it.
Our Canadians were fighting for the next 2 places.
It's a little tricky. Yeah, going upstream was it was hard, quite hard to see just with the rain, a little bit of fog, and so it was a little tricky upstream for sure.
Dale Whiteside was lucky though, forced to race the final 2 legs on just 7 cylinders.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Don't really know what's going on. Just got a cylinder that doesn't want to keep firing.
Luckily for Garth Campbell, the patrol boats all fired into life when he went AWOL in the final leg of the day. A520 was so far out of the water, the patrol boats opted for the shortest distance, some 350 meters across dry land. The alternative? A helicopter with a big rope and an even bigger invoice. While many drivers in the Unlimited were taking care to make it up and down without a DNF, Roger Preston wanted to put as much distance between himself and the next gas turbine before heading into the braided Canterbury rivers. He quickly took the lead from Kevin Hyde and extended that lead to some 2.5 minutes, but yesterday's leader wasn't concerned.
Yeah, we're just taking our time and trying to get up and down clean, and then same with tomorrow really. Like, we just want to get out of here. We're not too worried about time. Yeah.
John Derry also wasn't worried about time.
For us going upstream was terrible. I think I got a bit of Jet A1 or something in my visor and I just couldn't see. So for us it was just about survival to get to the top. Coming down was marginally better, but again, it's just one of those days if you can get through and let the guys at the front charge hard, but they're doing. So good on them, but it's always a bit of a risk and reward thing, isn't it? So I'll wait for the rewards hopefully later, see what happens.
Time was something Lee Harrison was giving away though. Right from the start when his gas turbine sucked weeds into the grill and he struggled to get on step. The 4-minute deficit only spurred him on, and he threw caution to the wind and rain, hauling them back in one by one.
We have 3 boats left in front of us, so managed to get 2 of the other boats, one up the top and one down the bottom, which was good. But yeah, it was lucky we got them on places we could pass.
While Harrison did enough passing to climb back into 5th outright, Brandon Crowley delivered 4 clean runs in U310 to position him right behind Lee Harrison on the leaderboard by the end of the day. And 10th on that leaderboard for day 2 was Tom Kelly and Matt Grant in the Golden Homes gas turbine, having suffered a bad start in leg 2.
Yeah, I think we're not too sure. I think we're just trying out a few options now, but could have picked up weed, but we're going to shim it out and see. Had to get all the way over to the rees and the shallows to get going.
So that was today, and tomorrow is another day, day 3 on the Matukituki River.